Hello, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come with more news and update from Osumohu. Can you remember the place we call Osumohu, where our commander used to speak from? Military want to take over that region. And information reaching us is that they are regrouping and they are coming in mass, whereas we are rudely decimating them without respect. Ịma enwe ka ị ga-esi gbuo onye amị onwe respect, mana enwe ka ị ga-esi gbuo ya ọ bụrụ a rude killing. Now, our Prime Minister is giving warning to Biafrans around that region what they should do, please, immediately. This message should be seen as urgent message, okay? Please help us to share. And please listen to him so that you will not share without listening to him, okay? Thank you very much, my people.
Nigeria government is a terrorist government. And what the Biafra Defense Forces are doing now is to target where these enforcements of disappearance of Biafra people are taking place, and we're going to neutralize them. The next target is to make sure we know exactly where they have their weapons. Their armory will destroy everything. You can't, not in Biafra land. If you have your armory under Nigeria, take it in Kaduna, put it there. Go to Lagos, go to Abuja. When you want to attack us in Biafra land, you bring it. But you see, in Biafra land, your armory can never stay. If it doesn't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. So when we are saying it, we will tell you, first of all, before it happens. Our target is to make sure we neutralize every armory of Nigeria within Biafra territory, because that's where the terrorism, power to commit terrorism, act of terrorism against Biafra people are happening. We have been warning about Obinze, because there they have freezer where the body parts of Biafrans are being kept. One day, they will wake up and Obinze is gone. I swear to God. One day, they will wake up, Obinze is gone. And let me tell you, Musa came out on national television to say that they have adopted what they call jungle welfare. You know what that means? It is jungle welfare. We have adopted guerrilla welfare in self-defense. They have adopted jungle welfare. He said it on national television. When a military chief, came to television to tell you that the military of their own country have adopted a jungle welfare, you know what that means? Do you understand when they say they have given him a jungle justice? You know what that means? Jungle justice means that when you catch somebody, a suspect who you are not even sure that the person have committed a crime, what do? You lynch the person. That is jungle justice. Now, this military have told you, Musa, it is a record that they have adopted what they call jungle welfare. Against who? Against Biafra people. And you are expecting Biafra carrying guns to allow them to succeed with their jungle justice? Never. Whoever get each other first, you succeed. So if they get us first, they are lucky. But when we get them first, and this is going to continue happening until they realize that they can never defeat Biafra with guns and bullets. Never. I told them, if you think that all this shooting gun in Biafra land, blocking road and making checkpoint, instilling fear and asking people to hands up while they are going on their daily, activities will bring us down. Believe me, you are joking. The harder you come on us, the harder we go. Let nobody think that intimidation, harassment, and terrorism will stop Biafra freedom from exiting Nigeria, or Biafra from exiting Nigeria. It's going to make us more stronger. So if Nigeria is thinking that they are going to defeat us by gun, my brothers, my sisters, they are making a very big mistake. They can never defeat us.
If you understand how government work all over the world, you are going to understand why there must be a time frame. You don't, in these days, you don't fight for something without a vision, without a focus, without having scheduled where you want to be at a particular point in time. And because we are fighting for a nation, we need to keep our people updated. We need to keep track of what we are doing. We need to also show to the outside world that we have plan and vision. We are not just, gambling our freedom or trying our luck, so that we know what we are doing. That's one thing that every reasonable government will want to know. And for example, I will, make reference to Brexit. When you look at the Brexit, when they started, when Nigel Farage started, he was at the European Union, and they were laughing at him that Britain will exit the European Union. They were laughing at him in the first place. And then he went back to the United Kingdom, started a campaign of Brexit. When the campaign heated, they started discussing about the referendum. And they actually went into a referendum and voted for Brexit. And of course, the majority of the United Kingdom, the British people, voted to exit European Union. And then the discussion started from there. They begin to set date. They have to set date, and then they have to also postpone that date of Brexit. They had to go into negotiation, into discussion, or diplomatic, war and all that affected the scheduled time frame. So they have to also change again. So if you followed the Brexit, you will find out that there were change upon change. There were kind of the ambush upon ambush, and and all manner of propaganda from the European Union, from the British, and so. But the fact is that they remained focused. That at this particular point in time, we must have exited the European Union. So they have a time frame. So you cannot be doing something without a time frame. If you do not have a time frame, it means that you don't actually know what you are doing. So all you are doing is waking up one day, every day, and leave. And then when the night comes, you go to bed and sleep. And then the next day you wake. Let us see what this today will bring. You can never achieve anything without that vision. That vision of knowing what you want, how you want to achieve it, and then map out the plan, how to achieve it. Give yourself that goal and pursue that goal you give yourself. That's how things are done. So when I joined Biafra struggle, before joining this Biafra struggle, I have studied everything. I've studied the movement of the IPOB. I've studied Nigeria very well. And I know exactly where things were going wrong. And I know where things were going right. So I know all those things ahead of time. It's not like I just came in and then I wanted to do something. And so I know everything ahead of time. I came prepared. And that's why the first time I started broadcasting, I told Nigeria government, go and hire the highest person. I don't know, some of you who followed me from the one, when I started broadcasting from 2019, when I started making video, I said, Nigeria military, they are called Nigeria military, not Nigeria government. I said, now you have to go and bring out your best. I believe that video must be somewhere in YouTube. Somebody will still have it. So when I came to this struggle, I came prepared. I did not come here to do jamboree or to do try and lock. I came prepared. And when I was discussing with Uche Mefo, then it is not something I want to go into. I know so many times that I reach out to this Uche Mefo, but these are the people who blocked everything that was coming to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So when they see that you are, that is something you have, or maybe they see that something you are carrying that they don't carry, they don't want you to get closer to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at all. So everybody can know how they fought to stop the broadcast that how I hosted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on our platform then. They did everything to stop it. Because they know there is something in this guy, right? There is something in this guy. So it was, the whole hell was let loose that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not appear on my platform. So there is something that they saw that many people did not see. And that is the word they don't want that thing they saw in me to to be out to the public. But this is the example of the Innu, the adage of Aki Onwa. So no matter how, you can never cover pregnancy. Because the more you try to cover it, the more alpha can shoot out. That was actually this was actually the explanation of Aki Onwa, what these people did. Because then I was advising Uche Mefo what to tell Thomas Nnamdi Kanu. And when I send those messages, who knows, it doesn't get to him. So I find out that, most of the conversation between me and Uche Mefo doesn't get to Thomas Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, at the end of the day, you see how God works his own thing, and Uche Mefo was out of the game. That was when God began to position, because the Biafra is a spirit and it's a divine mandate. So it is going to shape the whole thing to make sure that this Biafra come. Uche Mefo had problem. And he was out. Now, the next person was this George Onyibe. George Onyibe was the first person to attack me in IPOB. He was broadcasting and was attacking me, Simon Ekpa, this, that. Many of you may still have that particular broadcast. On that broadcast where he was attacking me, for the very first time, he said, if they go to war front with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to do anyhow, he will be the first to kill him before the enemy. The broadcast is there on Radio Biafra. So I listened to this broadcast. I caught that particular session where he made that comment, and I was like, no. How can you say things like this? And also, even if you want to say, so what message are you trying to pass to the Biafra people by saying, if you go to war front with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that this Biafra thing is not, if anything happens, you will first of all kill him before the enemy. So what exactly message? And during this time, he was the IPOB and was the African rep. So I caught this video, this audio, analyzed it. I sent it to the people in the United States. I sent it to Ogbuehi, this Ogbuehi in America. Because this story, I don't know if I have told this story before. I sent it to Ogbuehi. Then I do not have a direct contact to Ogbuehi even. So I sent it to somebody who is very close to Ogbuehi and asked the person to forward this video to Ogbuehi, this audio to Ogbuehi, and asked the person that Ogbuehi should forward it to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that this guy is a betrayer. And Onyedu should watch very closely that is not real. Whether this audio get to Onyedu, I don't know. But at the end of the day, he was also expelled. You see how God was positioning the whole thing. All those bad eggs will be removed. The people I have used trying to contact Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to send some advice. But I believe that maybe that particular audio get to him and he began to watch George Onyibe and how he started misbehaving. At the end of the day, he was removed. And they told me that Onyibe had been sacked. I was like, okay. So a lot started happening until I get in contact with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that was how this whole brouhaha started. And the day that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to broadcast, was supposed to come to our platform, he was on the phone. Everybody was calling him. Don't go. Don't go. He did not take out. The guy was fighting IPOB in Finland. If you know what he did in Finland, the phone was calling from hey, until the dying minute. Then everybody heard how they were confessing on their radio that they tell Onyendu not to go. And at the end of the day, Onyendu went. So God positioned this whole thing to happen. And like I said, when I came to Biafra struggle, I came prepared. And that was the reason why I know that it is not going to take more than 5 years to declare Biafra. And today is not because of that 5 years. So I want to declare the restoration of Biafra just to meet 5 years. No, you yourself have just said that within this short period, we have been able to fix everything. That is exactly how proactive any genuine person must be. You have to put everything in place. And also, there are many things that we are using against Nigeria, which Nigeria can never understand. In fact, one person in Finland then, who was part of the IPOB Nigeria there, was telling me in those days when they started knew that you are the thing that hit Nigeria and they don't know what hit them. And I don't know whether that guy is we still remember all those things. So anyway, the thing is that what we are doing is not a try and luck. Like I said, we are not trying our luck. You must put every mechanism in place, all these things in place that qualifies you to be recognized as a nation according to international law. And that is exactly this principle we have followed. And we are following it, and you can see the result it is bringing out today. And remember that as we are doing all this, we know it is not very easy for any nation to recognize you as you are fighting for freedom. It is, it is not easy. For any, in fact, actually, in the history of freedom fighting, it is only Biafra, that actually has been recognized by nations during the time of their fighting and declaration, very easily. You know how many years it's taken now for Palestine? They committed act of terrorism after decade fighting against Israel. Now, they are recognizing them, and then UN is debating and then also recognizing them. But you know how many years it took them? And also they went into committing act of terrorism against Israel. That is how these things are done. So you must be able to know what you are doing, and once you know what you are doing, the rest is history. So no matter how they try to distract you, you stick to your plan and template. And that's what we have done differently. So if you see, for the past 2 years, we have been able to build and unveil the Biafra Defense Force. We have been able to equip them, arm them, give them sophisticated weapons to be able to defend our land. And you see, for the very first time in the history of Biafra, Nigeria has fought a war in Biafra land and lost. And we have not even started, though. We are fighting a guerrilla warfare. And again, they also have adopted what they call the jungle warfare. You see the Chief of Staff, Army Staff saying it, that now they have adopted the jungle warfare. So we are giving them what they are bringing to us. It is you give, take. It is do me, I do you. It is akonye wetel in here. So they bring out that particular jungle warfare. We are also into guerrilla warfare. So, and they can't see us, but we see them. This is our land, and they are complaining. And like I said, they can never win this war. Nigeria can never win this war. They can never. Because the system we are using is completely different from anything they have seen in the past. And they can never win. They were not trained to fight this kind of war. And they cannot win. Not in our terrain. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our Prime Minister, for your time. Every time you bring out ideas and consolative messages to our Biafran people, because actually people got depressed when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted. There was so much depression. People actually were hoping that nothing else will happen. Biafrans will be killed and be handed over to Fulani. But it didn't happen that way. We are winning this war. And thank God who sustained us up to this point. And also thank you, Prime Minister and the Defense Force, of course, the men on ground. You are the people that are giving us this morale. They being you are falling, would have caught morale, but you are standing tall, taller than the enemies. Thank you, and thank you again.